chicken parmesan, we're going to need 24 ounces of raw, boneless, skinless chicken breast, a half a cup of reduced fat Parmesan cheese, a fourth of a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of dried basil, a half a teaspoon of dried oregano, a half teaspoon of paprika, a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1½ tablespoons of butter melted. First thing we're going to do is preheat the oven to 450. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is get the cheese mixture ready. You need a half a cup of Parmesan. You're going to need a half of a teaspoon of oregano. And then I didn't have any basil, I thought I did, so I'm going to use parsley. It's going to change the flavor a little bit, but it's a good substitute. Half a teaspoon of that. And then half a teaspoon of just paprika. And if you were using garlic, this is when you would put the garlic in as well, and that would be, for the garlic would be a half a teaspoon. And then they also call for salt. Parmesan cheese is already pretty salty, so I'm not going to put some salt in there. Like, forget that. We're just not going to do it. Let's just mix that up a little bit, and that's the cheese part. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I've sliced up the chicken breast, 24 ounces, just into slices. You're going to put it in melted butter, and then you're going to put it in the cheese mixture until it's coated, and then we're just going to put it in a baking dish. And so I'm going to do that for all of the chicken breasts, and then when I'm done with that, I'm going to bake it for 20 minutes or until the chicken is completely cooked. So that is going to make our chicken parmesan. And a good thing with this is like Parmesan cheese is so potent that it's going to add a lot of really good flavor. And so this, you don't need a lot to have really good flavor. So I'm going to do this, and then I will get back when the chicken is done cooking. Like I said, 450-degree oven for about 20 minutes until it's done. Okay, it's been 20 minutes, and this is what the chicken looks like. This counts as 1 lean or lean, 2.6 condiments, and 1 healthy fat serving. So they recommended maybe getting some marinara and some spaghetti squash and doing that, because you need your 3 greens. So I'll show you what I'm going to be doing with my chicken. So I'm going to take the chicken, and that recipe makes enough for 3 servings for the chicken. And I'm making myself a little salad. I got a 1/4 of a cup of grape tomatoes, a 1/4 of a cup of scallions, 1 slice of turkey bacon, which is like 0.1 ounce, and then 2 cups of spinach. And I still have a 1/2 cup of veggies that I can eat for the day. I have to figure that out. And then you can do, because you get 1 more healthy fat for the day, so you could do 2 tablespoons of a low-fat dressing on top. So that's how I'm going to eat my chicken. For the chicken, broccoli, and cauliflower with soy and wasabi dip, you're going to need 1 3/4 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast, 4 cups of water, 3 cups of broccoli, 3 cups of cauliflower, 3 tablespoons of reduced sodium soy sauce, 1 ounce of wasabi paste, 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, 1 teaspoon of chili oil, and 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds toasted. Okay, so I've rinsed and dried the chicken, and I'm just gonna, there's little extra bits of fat and skin. You want to get those off. And I have extra chicken here because I'm going through all this trouble. I'm going to make some extra chicken. So I'm just going to cut this kind of in half, I guess. I'm going to work on the other 2 breasts. Like I said, this is probably more than enough chicken. I just wanted to make some extra since I'm going through the trouble of this. Okay, so to make the sauce, you're going to get a good sized bowl. You're going to do 1 ounce of wasabi, which equals 2 Oh, shoot. That's good. Which equals 2 tablespoons. So stuff is under pressure. Then you're going to do 3 tablespoons of the reduced soy sauce. And I'm out, so I got some liquid aminos I'm going to use. Just a sec. Alright, so liquid aminos, you want to shake it up good. People say it has more health benefits than soy, so I have both. Then you're going to do 1 teaspoon of sesame seed oil. Just and then 1 teaspoon of chili oil. I didn't come find chili oil. I'm just going to use my sriracha. Like, okay. I don't know what they meant by chili oil, so why is this not coming out now? And then you are just going to whisk this up together. Get a little spicy dish. And you just want to get everything incorporated. Smooth out. Alright, just like that, you're going to divide this up into 4 dishes. It's just going to serve as a dipping sauce. So that should be pretty delicious. Alright, we're going to poach the chicken now. I have never poached chicken in my life, so this is going to be an adventure. The recipe wants us to use water, but to add flavor, I'm going to use vegetable broth. I have a low sodium one and then a regular one. I don't know how this will affect the program. I don't know, how that works. But I want mine to be really flavorful, especially since I'm making some extra chicken. Just to eat. I just don't want plain boiled chicken. That just doesn't sound delicious. So I got a huge pot here. It's probably bigger than I need. And each one of these is about 4 cups of vegetable broth. So you could use chicken broth if you wanted. You want enough to cover the chicken. So let me see. And the pan's not on right now. It's totally, completely off. So yeah, I'm going to need some more broth in there. Definitely not enough. Well, that might work. I think we're going to go with that. Alright, so then what you want to do, from what I've heard from the internet, is turn this on high, get it to a nice boil, and then I will come back when it starts boiling. Okay, so now the water has started to boil. You're gonna cover it, put it down to medium because you just want it to simmer, so medium high, and then you're gonna let this do its thing for 30 minutes and it should be cooked by then. I've never done this before, so we're on an adventure. Let's find out what happens. Alright, so this is what I ended up doing with the poached chicken. I got 2 cups of spinach, about 2 tablespoons of cheese. I drizzled the sauce over top, half a cup of zucchini, bit of turkey bacon, and that's what I'm going to do instead of the broccoli and cauliflower. So this looks really good. It's 3 greens, 1 lean, and whatever you count cheese at, everybody counts cheese as a bunch of things. I feel like it's a free food. So that's what I did.